It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Commanders and the Chiefs coming up next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. But tonight, we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize
they'll start the drive here with Pacheco. A solid stiff arm. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
for a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would have going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2 yards, good enough for 1st. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another 1st down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen?
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. A huge play there for Washington. 65 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Byron Young coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Able to slither by. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That one good for 26 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 22 now, here's second down at a yard. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. DK Metcalf. An 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Mahomes to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Mahomes. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Mahomes to throw once more. That is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
This taken in right around the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Robinson on a give right side.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Second and 6. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Back to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Offense.
So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw again.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Mahomes going to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 16.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd already in this first half, as he'll try again with a first down.
And some room to maneuver. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll drop to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Byron Young, his 2nd sack of the night. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good, and that will keep the lead at 8.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple.
In motion goes the tight end.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Robinson. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll set up to throw.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
Robinson. Oh, good. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now here's Mahomes. A quick throw there is incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now fourth down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. This 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it up. Kind of a strange ball game, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half. It lets you know that you've got to score points.